We
Morning.
are
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning. How are you?
good.
From the left to the right, all through the night, we are here today to join you in forces of humanity, apparently, because that's where we're at. We're fighting humanity's number one causes, which is apparently currently stupidity, and I'm part of that. So I'm just getting up here. But good morning, Brian.
Good morning. A little
I'm the
scratch
L.
there.
Used to be.
Little scratch.
Yeah. Well, what did she? Why did she do that?
Well, her name is Insulation. So I was doing
Really?
some insulation and I got scratched, I think, with a razor knife when I was doing something. So a little,
Wow.
yeah, there you go.
Razor wire or the knife or the
I can't
fiberglass?
remember. I didn't notice it till this morning. So you know how it is. You get doing something and you don't even realize it.
Yeah, you probably a little insulation burn right there, something a little
Hey,
cut.
who knows?
Oh. Well, that's the rest of my breakfast. Hmm. Anyway, what did you accomplish this weekend?
Well, I did a lot of work around here. We had a great show Friday night with Silver Hill. That was a heck of a show. Two guys from the band, and it was a great performance. I really like those guys, and I think it's going to get us a lot more people on the show. A lot of entertainers are going to want to perform after seeing those guys.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
For
I
some
do believe
people,
it.
it might have the reverse effect. They'll go, "Those guys are too good," but don't worry about that. Just come
All
on at
right.
whatever level you're at. You got to play in front of an audience, even if it's a internet audience.
Live before a studio audience. Actually, there's only like one or two of us there usually when we record it, so there you go.
Yeah.
You're not playing live. But yeah, it's a fun little event we do there. I mean, I think I'm enjoying it, and you're enjoying it,
Oh
and the
yeah.
people out there seem to be enjoying it. We're getting thousands of views, so it's pretty cool. I mean, I like it most definitely. Yeah, I think I got a lot accomplished this weekend as well. I have a huge problem with blackberries in my fields and stuff, and we eradicated most of those yesterday. So I'm pretty
Good.
happy with that. Yeah, got a backhoe in here and a tractor and wiped that all out, decimated it, and we seeded the whole backyard. Um,
Nice.
yeah,
Be able to do a live or a party at least out there this summer.
that's the goal. The goal is to get that green so I can have a party here, and you're all invited.
Yeah. Well, I've had several people say they'd like on the off weeks. We do Friday Night Live every other week, but on the off weeks, maybe do a live Zoom show from entertainers from different places. So,
Yeah, I think it'd be a great idea.
yeah, we got 5 days to figure that out.
Huh. Well, we could definitely do that if we know how to do it. We could definitely do it. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. Matter of fact,
Well, I didn't even know how to walk till I was 9 months old, and then suddenly I knew. So,
right? Well, we're learning
yeah.
slowly but surely. But
Now, how
surely,
how old were you when you learned to walk? Did your mom ever tell you that?
I actually have a problem with it right now, so I'm not quite certain.
No, but back then, like I was 9 months. That's pretty early. I had a brother that was. It took him till 16 months, but
Well, often, Brian, uh, children often they grow at the same rate as everybody else, but their brain works. I mean, their person works in different ways. So
yeah,
while other people are becoming their brains learning fast in the 9 months, you're taking your years to walk faster.
yeah,
So while other kids were smarter, you were faster. I'm just kidding. No, but that's kind of true. It's like some kids. My friend's daughter literally crawled for like well over like almost 2 years.
wow,
Yeah, it was very disturbing. And now she's just bright as a whip. But
yeah,
you know what I mean. And she never had any problem with her body now. I'm sure it's just like she just takes a little while to develop.
yeah. Everybody's on a different clock, basically.
Yeah.
So you don't
Yes.
remember, you don't know, you don't remember, because
I don't
parents
remember.
always talked about that back in the old days. He
I'm
started
sure.
walking at 9 months.
I'm sure my sister Teresa would tell me because she's 10 years older than I am, so she would
Yeah.
know.
Well,
And Teresa, had to babysit me. So
They'll tell you. They'll tell you.
yeah, I only remember that I remember being in the crib, like a playpen at the age of 1 or 2. I remember that. I could actually visually feel
Wow.
that with the blue blanket I had and a blue bottle.
Wow.
Yeah, and listening to music. And my mom would always put the radio. We were those big systems, big stereo system front room, and I'd have a playpen near that, and I'd take a nap in there, and I had a blue bottle, and my mom would give me milk with vitamin chocolate. I think it's called.
Wow.
What's that called?
Oh, Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. Yeah. So I get the Ovaltine, the young kid, in a bottle. And yeah. That was good. It's good times.
Yeah.
And the 70s had the best music too. Not the best, but they had pretty damn good music,
Oh,
Very soothing.
yeah. I think
Very
the 70s had the best music, but that's just my opinion.
I think 80s had the best music, but that's
80s had some good stuff.
But I think the 70s had a lot of songwriters and singers and songwriters. So
Yeah, the singer-songwriters, the James Taylors of the world.
Mhm.
Oh, and the reason I brought up the walking was because some bands are just starting out. Some entertainers, they may not be as polished as the guys we
Oh,
had
sure.
Friday, but we want you on the stage. Get up there, that we
Yeah.
entertainment.
However
And
you
we
can do
need
it,
variety. We do need variety. We've been talking about that. So we have to come up with more sticks, and we need to get a juggler and maybe some.
I think I have slated possibly a poet for the next one, and
Yeah.
one person willing to karaoke, one to a karaoke song, and I mean it's the karaoke, but it's she's a great singer, like opera singer, so it's kind of cool. And then possibly a doctor and his wife and playing a little band they have, so that's pretty cool.
Now you met
Yeah.
the doctor, didn't he have a self-published book that
He sure does. He does. He does.
gave you a
I've got one
copy?
here. I do, and I do believe I'll look at it real quick here.
Yeah, it's a pretty fascinating book. So.
Yes, it is. Hang on one sec. I have it right over here.
So if you're an entertainer, though, I'd like to have you on our show Friday Night Live. It's every other week, but we're trying to go every week. So it's all up to you, the entertainer. All right, what do we got here?
What's Mark Imlay is his name.
Mark what?
Mark Imlay, and he's a guitarist / singer / poet and possibly Buddhist.
Now, how do you spell his name?
Imlay.
Why? Mark Imlay. Okay,
Yeah,
Mark with a C too. I like that.
Yes.
With a C.
Pilgrimage to a Bullfrog Buddha. Now, Pilgrimage to a Bullfrog Buddha. I'll tell you, I've read about 30 pages into this, and as a child, I mean, at the moment I started reading it, I felt really poorly because I was not so nice to bullfrogs as a kid. I used to catch them really a lot and sell them actually to a local Asian restaurant. That and the thing about the bullfrog is they're so peaceful. Literally, if it's sunny out, they will lay on their backs, and the underbelly, the golden underbelly of them, will just be exposed, and they will not even know you're there until you grab them.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, they're so peace. There's such a peace,
Well,
So
does he have a description? Does he have a description of the book on the back?
He does, actually.
Yeah, let's hear that. Let's hear this Mark Imlay, Dr. Mark Imlay.
I can read, yeah. In this collection of original poems, and the saviors, saints, and sages of all religions, times, and places reside in an unspoiled natural park as the various indigenous creatures that interact with me and one another. We explore the nature of the human predicament and various means of understandings, and that have been found to be helpful in minimizing suffering and optimizing happiness to face the vicissitudes of life.
Wow. So it's kind of not really
Vicissitudes.
religious, but spiritual.
Yes, vicissitudes of life. Yes, I think he's not very. I don't think he's really religious. I think he's a very spiritual. Yeah, he said.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I can see, and so far it rings a bell in my brain pretty good because I'm like, yeah, this is kind of a, I don't know, I like it. So he's an intelligent guy, and he's yeah, he's very peaceful, you know. So that's a good thing. I hope to have him actually on there playing music,
Yes.
and his wife, his lovely wife, and in the next couple weeks. So we look forward to that, Mark. We will see you soon. You and the bullfrog and your wife.
Yeah. Well, you
I know
mentioned
that.
he's not religious, but he's spiritual. That's kind of a controversial thing because so a lot of people claim they're not religious. Matthew McConaughey was talking. He said religion is just believing in something and then coming together with other people. And so I think I am religious in that sense.
Yeah, I believe in that. I believe as far as religious goes, though, as far as a constructed religion, or not constructed, but more of like a,
Organized.
organized religion, such as Catholicism or any of the other ones. Basically, you can say Christianity of some sort, but not. I think Christianity is a very broad term. That's just saying, hey, you know what? I want to follow the teachings of Jesus,
Yeah.
and I think that that's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I think that that's my own personal belief, though, mind you.
Yeah.
But as far as um, following one religious path is similar to that of taking sides in a political debate.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, I want to be on the Democratic team or Republican team, and it's like, half the time you're wrong. I hate to tell you, folks, if you dedicate yourself to one side of the road, you'll get ran over now and again.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. The cars come both directions, and sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. But you have to have an open mind for everything. And
Yeah.
we didn't live here thousands of years ago. We were not here, and so what happened, and the fact that Jesus came here, Jesus Christ was a human being that was became a savior. Actually, he was he's the son of God, but as far as it goes, it can be proven that he lived here as a human.
Yeah.
Even the Jews have him written down as he was a man. They just do not have him as the son of God. They have him as a prophet. So it's not like he's a. I mean, they say he's a wonderful person and he was a prophet, but he was not necessarily the son of God. So
Yeah.
either way, proven fact, Jesus Christ lived and died here. He may have gone on. That's up to you to believe in the faith, and that's where the faith begins.
I like to talk to people of different religions and beliefs. It's interesting. I don't really have like a hard view of what I think is right. I just like to hear what they have to say. I mean, I have my opinions, but
yeah,
like you said, it was thousands of years ago. We really don't know, but
exactly. because the doctrines have changed. As you know as well, you've talked about it before, Brian. There's hundreds of books that they've been taken out of the Bible, and the Book of Mary, I believe.
Yeah,
the
book of
a lot
Thomas.
of books,
I think there's even a book of Judas, believe it or not.
and a book of Enoch.
Yeah,
Enoch spoke about aliens and giants, I do believe, and so there's a lot of stuff in there that people need to go, hey, wait a second. Well, I believe in finding the foundation of the Bible. Great, do that, and then go on. I mean, the foundation of the Bible and the philosophy of Jesus Christ is amazing, and that's where people should start their lives and try to follow that. Plain and simple, be the best you can be for everybody, and that's Jesus was. Be as best as you can do for you and for everybody around you, because it's not about you, it's about them. And If you take care of everybody else, they'll take care of you, you know? And I've seen it happen firsthand. I take care of everybody else, and guess what? When just shit hits a fan, everybody takes care of me. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, this is
Um,
not a religious show, but we just had a little chit chat about it. That's good.
Yeah, that's right. That's because we have an amazing book here, which is the Pilgrimages uh, to a Bullfrog Buddha. So the thing is that this gentleman is going to be on our show next week or two, and
Does
hats
it?
off to you, Mark Imlay.
Yeah. Does it say who? Like, is it an Amazon? Did he self-publish on Amazon, or has it got any kind of?
I think he's
Publisher.
self-published on. I think he's self-published somewhere. I don't know. He said he self-published it, and they're selling it for him now on Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon has what's called KDP, and it's Kindle Direct Publishing. You can get your books published for $4 a copy, around that price, maybe $5 at the most. And so that's a way for authors to publish their own books and get their words out, get their story out there.
Yeah, I need to work on. Matter of fact, I'm writing one
Yeah.
down right now that I've got to make sure I get finished here, which is
Well, Andy Warhol said everybody'd have their 15 minutes of fame, but he'd be amazed today. Everybody can have a book and a TV show. So it's gone beyond the Warhol claims. Everybody will have a book and a podcast by 2024. And that's the year that Elon's sending some people to Mars.
well, the book that I am working on. Well, I got a couple books theoretically that I should be working on, but this book I told you about here recently, and I need to get back on it, which is eating frogs, killing eating frogs, killing demons, and slaying dragons.
There you go.
There's a huge difference. This is all, Brian Tracy once wrote a book called Eat That Frog.
Really?
Yeah, and that's not anything bad about you, my friend.
Well,
But-
there's nothing wrong. I mean,
But the theory of Eat That Frog is from Brian Tracy is basically if you have a lot of things to do, the first thing you should start with in the morning. If eating a frog is the last thing and is the worst thing you have to do, that's the first thing you should do in the morning every day. Just eat that frog. It's disgusting, and it's like
Yeah.
that's what he's trying to say is that each day, if your worst thing you have to do is eating a frog, do it and get it over with and be on with your day. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because let's just say in particular, you had to eat a frog. You can dwell on that for 23 and a half hours, ruin your days, and eat that the last moment of the day. Or you eat it in the first 5 minutes and you got 23 hours and 55 minutes left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be
That's
happy.
a good one.
To be happy. Most of your life will be happy if you get the shit out of the way ahead of
Yeah.
time. So that's what Eat That Frog refers to.
Yeah.
And
Well, I listened to Jocko Willink. He's like a former Navy SEAL. He does that. He
Yeah.
gets up early and he works out at 4:30 in the morning, gets that out of his way, and then he can take on the day.
Yep. Yep, that's
Good way
his
to
frog.
go. Very similar to your shirt the other day, Seek Discomfort. That
Yeah.
the
This
young
one's
kids-
Toxic House.
Yeah.
It's a heads up to where you're at actually currently right now. Actually, I do
Yeah,
believe you're
there's-
inside the Toxic House. Yes, you
8 feet from the sign right now. I had a really good experience Friday night. Win, a guy named Win, Winn, he came in, he looked up, saw the sign, and goes, "Oh, this is Toxic House." He was really
yeah,
excited.
I heard him say that. Yeah, that
I
was pretty
felt
funny.
like he had seen a celebrity.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Well, do you guys have
There's
any
thousands.
Toxic House shirts
Yeah.
left?
What's that?
Do you guys have any more Toxic House shirts?
Yeah, I think we got about 50 left, so we'll start maybe giving some of those away. And
Well, if you want to utilize, if you want to, it's possible for sure.
well, all the younger guys like the idea that Toxic House now has music again, even though it's not punk rock. They're fine with it. They like the idea that people are playing, people are performing. That's what it's all about. People coming in from out of town. If you're heading from
Well,
Seattle to Portland, stop by
Actually,
Kelso.
that's not a bad idea to do that to get some of those. We could promote that through yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because it's called Toxic House, but we're a very functional group here. It's not dysfunctional at all. It wasn't toxic. It was the opposite, actually. It was To me, it reminded me of the hippie days. Everybody coming in. If you had 4 bands playing, they would use one drum set. They wouldn't argue. They'd
Right.
figure it out. So, and
Yeah. So everybody picking up, making a mess and going back and forth and taking
well,
forever. They just
yeah,
run
they were
through.
good. They get. My
Yeah.
goal is if you have 2 bands, they got to have 15 minutes in between. 15 minutes of setup. That was always my goal. But I was really happy Friday night. Joe Robbins, the father of David, he went out in the little hallway here and he said, "Wow, these guys are good. These guys are
Yeah.
good," because he had never heard them live as
Play
a
together.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
These guys are good. That was cool.
I just saw the cutest thing. I'll bring it up real quick. I should be able to show it, but I can't. And so I have a husky dog. I have a husky dog, wonderful dog. He's the nicest dog in the world. Smartest dog in the world. However, he does get fur, lots of fur. He's a husky, right?
Yeah.
And so yesterday I brushed him out pretty good. And then I took his brush and I set it on the railing. Forgot to put it away, so I put the brush on the railing. And just a moment ago, a bluebird was on the railing, picking his hair, his big balls of hair out of the comb, out of the brush, to go take it to his nest. I thought it was really
Oh,
super
nice,
cute.
nice.
Yeah, it was just super cute. He looks up at me and had his big old handful of. I had to figure out what it was. It was a blue jay with this ball of hair, bring it to his nest to make a nest. So I'm glad they could do that. I mean, honestly, it was not intentional, obviously, but that was pretty cool just to watch nature utilizing other things.
Yeah, I like that.
Now I want my friends I love my friends who are vegans, but I think that is a good use of another animal's product.
Yeah.
Which I know my vegan friends would be like, well, it's another animal's product. You can't use animal products at all. Well, the blue jay just utilized the dog's fur to fluff his nest. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, in recent studies, it revealed that plants actually feel pain more intensely than animals. We got to have maybe rethink all this stuff. So,
Well, I had salad for dinner last night, Brian.
yeah.
Actually, I had salad and steak salad. So,
Well, there's a book out called "The Lettuce is Crying," so that's going to be interesting. It could change the landscape of the vegan universe. That vegetables feel pain a lot more than animals. So they just don't know how to express it.
yeah, I heard the onions, have more tears than humans. So, or they cause more tears than humans. I don't know, one of the two.
My broccoli was angry last night. I could tell.
Broccoli, yes. Well,
Well, I think the bottom line for me is I'm in a lot of ways I'm full of crap and I don't really know a lot of stuff. And most people are in that boat too. They just won't admit it. I haven't
Right.
heard anybody say I don't know in over like 10 years.
Well,
When's
I
the
don't know
last
about
time?
that.
When's the last time in a political argument somebody said I don't know? I don't think it's
I
happening.
don't know. Well, and that's the weird thing about me. I mean, although I do have answers quite often, I totally don't know, and I'm not secure in telling anybody this is what it is, and that's just like religion and so forth. This is what God meant. No, you don't know. You do not have that almighty filter to say, to transpose what his thoughts were at the time when he wrote that or when they wrote that. So it's like, well, I can try, and I attempt to be, an intelligent person, but I do believe Socrates said, the fact that I know nothing, the fact that you know nothing is the fact that you know something,
I hope he said it better than that, or I'd have.
Yeah, he did. The quote was I'm losing the quote. I'm a quote guy, and I totally
Well, Don Henley has a better quote than Socrates. He has, "The more I know, the less I understand."
That's true. Yeah. The more I know, the less I
Oh,
am.
one thing we know is, and we learned Saturday night, we watched Canelo Alvarez fight Billy Joe Saunders, and we know that if you get your cheekbone broken, you pretty much should shut down for the night, and that's what happened. The
Yes,
ninth
it
round, he
did.
broke his cheekbone right here, and he wanted to go on, but his manager said, "Shut it down." It was
Yeah.
a good night of fights, really.
Okay, so Socrates, the only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. There you go.
There you go. I
Much
just learned.
better.
I just learned a thing. I on that conversation, I was telling you the story of Billy Joe Saunders, and I
I listen.
lost you at some point in it, and I think it was 4 seconds before. I'm looking for that moment when I lose
Well,
the person.
well, yeah, I got it. I was listening to. 'Cause I knew what
You were
gonna say.
gone. You were gone because your response to a fight was something about Socrates. So I
Well,
knew
that's
that.
because I was going back to the Socrates. I was going back to the Socrates. However, I do believe that Socrates once said boxing is like a box of chocolates. You never know how you're gonna get hit. You
Exactly.
know?
So what was Socrates' actual quote again? Let's have that.
Okay, Socrates' actual quote was, "True wisdom is knowing that you know nothing."
There you go.
True wisdom is in knowing that you know nothing.
I like it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
because
to learn out there. I saw a spirited conversation on a friend's post last night, and the guy came on, and he was a good example of knowing nothing. But they were nice to him. It was funny. It was cool to see somebody welcome a guy in that disagreed and he had no ability to prove his points, but they were kind to him. So it's kind of nice to see the dialogue out there be a little more kind.
who's that from? Where's that at?
It was originally Dave Grumboy's post about
Oh,
religion, of course, and politics and taking a knee and all that stuff. So it was a hot button issue, and a guy came in with a really ignorant take, but they didn't attack him too much. So that was kind of nice.
mhm. You know, Socrates had a lot. Socrates had a lot of great quotes here and there. I'm not actually. I need to order in some
Yeah.
more Greek philosophy books because I haven't read this stuff for years, and I'm a huge proponent for that. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting their hard battle.
Yeah, you hear that a lot. You see that on Facebook a lot.
Yes, it's like, well, he's got so many things. Like falling down is not a failure. Failure comes when you stay where you have fallen.
There you go. That's a Rocky Balboa right there.
Absolutely. By all means, marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher.
Oh, there you go.
That's pretty damn good right there.
A lot of philosophers at the bars telling their
Yes.
stories.
Absolutely. I like that idea. That's good. I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think that I don't know. Would you get married again, Brian?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's not on the agenda right now.
Yeah. That's
My
not
goal,
written.
my goal is to get the best entertainers we can, and people across the country and around the world can watch their friends play. That's what I want to see. I want to bring people together through music and laughter.
You're escaping the question.
Yeah.
You're chickening out and running from the question.
Well, if I can go back in time and marry Linda
No,
Ronstadt.
right now. Would you
Well,
get married again?
Not right now. No, I got things to do right now. If I can go back in time, I might marry Linda Ronstadt. I've been watching her lately, and she was just incredible performer and just cute as heck. And
Okay, but if
right
the
now,
perfect, if the perfect man, not right now, but if the perfect man you fell in love with, you're like, hey, you know what? I'm just kidding.
well, I am the perfect man, but
The perfect man. There you go. Well, no, so the perfect woman, you're not perfect. The one that's perfect for you, your perfect mate, your soulmate,
okay, if
whatever.
the woman's perfect for me, and I believe I know who it is, if that person was available, yes, I would consider marriage.
There you go. So I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, we've all taken a beating, you know, here and there throughout life, and I think that you know, you have to be able to open to that question. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? Could I fall in love again? Yes.
Now, would you
Um,
remarry?
Yeah, I think I would. I've got. I'm gonna go with this quote right there, which was basically, "Do it, because if you get a good wife, you'll be happy. If you don't, you'll be a philosopher."
Yeah.
I love that. No, but all honesty, I think I've had my opportunity. Well, whatever. I've had some opportunities here and there, but I think so. I mean, I enjoy waking up with somebody and holding their hand, while I'm throughout the
Yeah.
night, whatever. So I like that. I like having somebody to uh, share a house with or share, life with. I want
Yeah.
to go travel. I want to go travel. I want to take somebody with me, and I want them to be my best friend, and yada yada yada. I mean, we're not gonna, the object of life is to figure somebody, help each other learn through your eyes. I mean, I don't want to, I don't know, find my person that's exactly like me. I've had the person that was exactly like me, kind of, and they kind of flew the coop. That was you know, a few years back. But I want somebody that, I mean, I'm like, I want to look through their eyes and go, hey, show me what this world's about to you, because I have seen a lot in this world through my eyes. I really have, and nothing surprises me. But if somebody could help me see the world through their eyes, um, which is totally different than mine, that'd be cool. You know,
Yeah. I like seeing people on Facebook, the happy couples, 35, 40-year anniversaries, people I've known forever. It's really nice. And like I have friends that are, almost worship their wives and say great things about them. And it's nice to see that. It's
oh, it is nice
good
to
to
see that.
it
Yeah.
feels good to see that some people are happy out there.
For the longest time, I thought that when I saw somebody with that 35, 40-year-old, whatever, I'm like, I would think you gave up.
Really?
They just, I just think that. You think
Yeah.
they just, because I was so unhappy. Maybe I'm going through my own marriage the first time,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think that. But now, I'm like,
Yeah.
I've had my share of friends and benefits and all that sort. I don't
Yeah.
want that. I don't. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for. I think in particular, I look for somebody serious.
Really?
And you know, yeah,
Well,
no,
good luck with that. I look for the opposite. I want somebody fun and silly, but I feel like the people didn't give up. It's like 35 years. Like I won't say his name. I'll change it to Ronnie. But she's been married to him for 35 years. That woman's strong. She never gave up, and then he became a good man. So I like it. I think it's the opposite. You don't give up some of these couples, they stick together. But there's some couples that just are natural together. They seem like perfect couples. I have a few friends like that.
no. I think that's great. I think that's what it is. I think you're right. They didn't give up. But
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, when I had that little wild side saying, you broke that horse. You broke him in. It's like, well, they just gave up, because I know people that are so unhappy for so long. You know, and I don't want to be unhappy forever. I do not want to be unhappy, and I don't want my mate or partner or whatever to be unhappy either. And it's like, no, that's not good. So yeah, you know, and I used to say forever and a day, uh, which comes from Jurassic Park, and it's a Jeff Goldblum's little line. I'm always looking for the next ex Mrs. Malcolm, but I always say
Yeah.
I'll look for the next ex Mrs. Knowles. Which is horrible. Horrible as you date these people. It's like, no, you can't even say that, because that's just leading you to ahead of time making it negative.
Yeah.
You gotta be positive all the time on everything.
Yeah.
Onward and upward.
I try to
Over
be
here, I
positive.
have.
I try to be positive, but I also know when some things don't work. Like I won't say the name of the bar, but I went into a bar to buy a drink for the two guys that played the music, and I went, "Wow, I don't belong in here." I stayed
Yeah,
10 minutes and got the hell out. I had exit strategy. So just bars just aren't my scene anymore. I knew I
I
didn't
prefer.
belong. Have you ever gotten a place you know you shouldn't be there?
Yeah, well, that place was. We're in a pandemic and it was
Yeah. Well,
overpacked.
even it's beyond the pandemic. It just was like just too much booze, people taking shots and slurring
See, yeah,
words.
yeah, you're not.
The conversation went from really good here at our place to whoa, am I in a remedial class of some kind? It's like, yeah, it went people
That
could
was a bar scene.
a lot
Yeah,
of word slurring, a lot of forgetting what they were talking about, a lot of
yeah, it was a
repeating.
bar scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not in for the bar scene. I
I'm
get
too
that.
old for the bar scene. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, well, club scenes even.
Yeah. Well, we
I
got a
don't
club
think.
here. I got my own club. That's what I did. I built a
For
man
the
cave
dance
as a
clubs,
nightclub.
I used to love dance clubs to
Yes,
dance.
I like
But
dancing.
you could never go to a dance club and meet somebody for more than a heavy duty dancing. I like shagging or whatever.
Yeah.
You go to the dance club, you couldn't talk to anybody. You go to the dance club after you go to the club, after you go to the bar. You usually go to the bar, you'd have a drink, then go to the dance club and exercise.
Yeah.
But
Well, a lot of happy couples met at bars. My sister met her husband at a bar, one of my sisters. I met my first wife at a bar. A lot of the friends that have been 35, 40 years met at bars.
yeah, I met my wife at a club actually. So my first wife at a club and my first, second, fourth.
Yeah.
I don't know how many wives I have.
I met one girlfriend at a family reunion. She was a friend of a cousin. So
Oh, sure. Just stop right there, Brian. The moment you say you met, one of your girlfriends at a family reunion, we know where you're going. That's the Cowles
23
County
and me,
trait.
no relation, 23 and me. So we dated 4 years. So family reunions usually are not, well, some families drink heavily, but ours was alcohol free. So
Mm. Well, my family, we drink responsibly. I think that we don't have any. There's always alcohol around, and nobody gets snockered, as my dad or grandpa or whoever would say that back in the day. Snockered. It's a word I haven't heard forever. Snockered.
Yeah, when I was growing up, there was no alcohol. But one time, my dad let the hippie marriage. There was a hippie marriage. He let them share a bottle of wine at the house. That was the only alcohol I ever saw ingested at my house.
Really? Yeah.
Until I got older and I snuck some beer in, and my mom didn't know
Well,
about it.
I don't know. At my house in particular, because I have friends of all backgrounds. I usually have plenty of alcohol sitting around here, beer, wine, alcohol, whatever, and soda pop and water and coffee. And, I'm kind of like the guy that, and whatever you want,
Yeah. Well, we do that here with the shows. I have a little wine on hand, and we have goblets and all that for people that want to
Sure.
have a cocktail or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Glass of wine, for the show.
Yeah, they shouldn't be getting schnockered
No,
for the
they've been
show.
good. They've been good during the show, playing their music and
Yeah,
keeping it
nobody's
together.
showing up shit faced yet, so that's good.
And they're young and they want to go out to the bar afterwards. I have no problem with that. I just realize sometimes you don't fit in. It's not your thing.
We were talking about getting married again and so forth.
Well, you brought it up and
okay, I brought it up.
Badgered me about it, but that's okay.
Well, that's funny because you wouldn't answer the question. You were like he on around. Could you? And so I had to pin you down there, Brian. Yes, it's nice to know that you have that as it's possible for you in your mind. You're like, well, yes, if the person was right and the timing was right, everything's possible. You just can't be. That's good for you because anything's possible at that point. You can't go, no. If you say no, then you're shutting yourself off to the world. You never know. Mrs. Right might be right around the corner. But that's not the point. The point is that my question for you is actually, what is the perfect date for you?
Well, right now it'd be no date. I really don't want to get into dating. I think I have things I want to do. There's nothing wrong with dating, but it gets in the way. So right now, no dating. But if I would like, well, I don't know how it is now, but I'd like to go to Venice Beach and enjoy Southern California. But I don't know if it's what it used to be. But a place like that, go see all the wacky entertainers and go to a nice outdoor restaurant and maybe check out a show, maybe the Comedy Store, maybe a play in one of those little theaters I love. So just enjoy Southern California, if it's still what it used to be. I don't know, but I'd say the Southern California experience, little Venice Beach and the strolling musicians,
No, that'd be good.
some entertainment.
That'd be good. That'd be great. I think for me, perfect date would be if it was summertime. If it was summertime, doesn't really matter, seasons, but a day hike,
Yeah.
a hike throughout the day and one of the Northwest uh, trails around here, and then come home, shower, whatever, and then we can go to like a paint and sip,
Yep.
or where there's some wine and we can do some painting, and maybe a dinner in between there. I'm not quite certain, but dinner afterwards, a late dinner actually. I like a late dinner, and then kissing the hand, kissing the cheek, and hug, and that's pretty good date, I think, for the night. I mean, I would like to wake up and say, hey, how are you? But not necessarily that like that. I mean, I think it's more important to it's harder and more important to make breakfast with somebody than
Yeah.
it is to have a night, because it's easy enough to find somebody to go to bed with. It's hard to find somebody to wake up with. Do you
That's a
understand?
good one. Well, yeah, I understand.
Sorry.
No, I get it. That's good. You really are into that. See, you're like obsessed with dating. I'm obsessed with not dating, and I think
I'm not
that's
obsessed with dating. No, that's the thing. My philosophy is, life to me currently is, I, I'm not trying to, I'm not apparently married. So it's one of those things. Someday, yeah. It's funny you just say that. Then I'm like, oh, wait a second. That's not where my train of thought is. But you bring it up, it's like, well, okay, well then. But because I know that it makes you uncomfortable, I gotta push that.
yeah. Well, no, I like that you want to date, and you do talk about it a lot.
Well,
I
I
don't want to
yeah,
right
because
now, but it's nothing wrong. I just want to do other things. I have nothing against dating, but doing a show at 7 and you're dating, if the person's not into it, they're going to interrupt it. There's going to be things coming up. We got to go see these people. Yeah, it's going to, not that dating ruins everything, but it can.
well, I wouldn't date that
It can.
person then, obviously.
You don't know that they're that person until you're out fiddling with your curtains for 2 hours and they're like, get in here. You got to mow the lawn. You know what I mean? So,
Well, yeah, I got you.
I'm not saying dating ruins. For some people, dating ruins everything. For some people, it fixes things. So for you, it might fix things. For me, it would destroy all my hopes and dreams.
I'd see that, and I think that's wrong for you. I think that's
Yeah, right
not
now. I mean, I used to date. I had girlfriends. I had women I loved and all that, and good times. So,
well, yeah, we all did, and sometime when this pandemic is over, I'll start dating again. I mean, that's not
yeah, and you might meet somebody that comes in on the show.
maybe, you never know. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near worrying about that. Yeah, because life is what it is. I just know that. Yeah, I know. We all have these opportunities, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be very specific on who I hang out with nowadays.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
hard to do.
You get more opportunities to meet people too as it opens up. Things are opening up, and I think there'll be festivities coming up at the 4th of July, and there's more
Oh,
clubs. Yeah.
well, I meet people. I'm so active and busy. I meet people constantly. So I have that opportunity. Even now, it's like there's people to meet, and there's not a problem with that. The problem is I've learned that I want to be very, very choosy on who I hang out with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And on here, we want to have guests. And I asked my son Keenan if he wanted to be a guest. He said 7 a.m. No, thank you.
Right. Yeah.
But if people want to come on and chat with us, we want guests, and we're looking for entertainers. So we gotta just really get out there and meet some people that talk to people that entertain and know entertainers, because there's
Well,
got
we
to
need
we
to
got we
learn to
got
entertain.
100,000 people in this county. There's got to be a
Oh
thousand,
yeah.
a
I got.
thousand entertainers.
Yeah, we're not. Are we? Are we looking? Yeah, we are. I got.
I just want to find a way to get out there and find more of them, because out of 100,000 people, there's got to be 1,000 entertainers at least in this county.
Well, I don't know about that, but there's a lot. That's for sure. Hundreds anyway. If not,
Hundreds would be a sad case.
I know, right?
I mean, I personally know a good out of my 300 friends, I'd say 50 of them entertain in some way or play music, maybe even more. So 1 in 3.
Hey,
Yeah,
there
we
you
got
go.
1,000 talented people in
Well, have
this.
you asked any of them individually?
I have asked some. I've sent them things. I haven't heard back. Some of the folks my age are embarrassed to get on there and be seen in HD and
Right.
with all our wrinkles and indentations and scratches and age spots and all that. But I just told my buddy, I said, why don't you just come on as a leopard? He's got all the age spots. I said, let's just put together a, hard of hearing leopard.
Leopard or leopard?
Mute leopard.
Yeah,
leopard. He looks like a leopard. So I said, be the mute leopard. That could be a thing.
No, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, because look at it. You get things like age spots, and I got a thing on my eye, and they don't want to be seen. Some of them gain weight and don't want to be seen public.
Yeah, I've been gaining weight and I don't like it, and I'm not. And the reason why is because I'm not active enough. I was active, for 4 years, almost 3.5 years. I would go to the gym every day, Monday through Friday, anyway. Sometimes on the weekend, but I'd be in the YMCA for an hour or two a day.
Yeah.
And now, since this pandemic hit, I wouldn't go into the Y because of just I couldn't I couldn't endanger myself. And now I feel like I could probably get back there pretty quick. You know what I mean? Yeah. I get in the pool, stretching, and just walking. And I'm walking the pool. I'm doing much better for myself. Helps my balance, I think, a lot. So that's good.
Definitely.
I will get there, but I gotta figure out what time I want to go.
Well, you've been around people when somebody says, let's take a picture, and some people goes, oh, I look fat, I look this, I look
100%.
Let's overcome that, warts and all. Don't worry about it. That's what I'm doing. Look at me. I got my hairline's going back to like it's receding.
1940. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry about how you look. Just get on there and put
right. Yeah. No, that's how I am right now. I actually, I was pretty I consider myself pretty I would say camera popular, or I don't know, I was on the camera a lot back when I was working a lot. And then it's like I had so much business in front of the community, and I was getting pictures taken all the time with all the groups I belong to, all the events I go to, boom, boom, boom. So I always had to be like I do a ribbon cutting, and it was like I'd be the guy talking, saying, today's this dedication of this building is to blah, 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 blah. So I was always camera ready for the most part. And I had that little fake little, whatever my smile was, I can't even do it anymore. But I was very, not narcissistic, but I was kind of a little narcissistic, I think, because I had to be ready. Huh?
A little vain.
I was a little vain. And then, pride comes before the fall of man, and that was me. All of a sudden, I had my stroke, and I realized, whoa, my face is all goofered upward, and my eyes are goofered upward, and my, my hair's long, and I'm ugly, but people didn't care, and I didn't care. I just knew that I still wanted to get back to what I was, whether or not I ever will go back to that in particular. I mean, not that I'm bad looking now, but the point is that I think that and I don't care about getting back to that, but I think it gave me something to want to go back to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To say, hey, I'm not slobbered on my shirt. I don't have food stains all over it. I'm dressing myself. I'm taking a shower for myself. And I mean, when you're in this hospital and somebody else is having to bathe you and uh, possibly wipe you or do anything for you like that, feed you. I mean, it's pretty humbling, 100%. And you're
Oh
going, you know
yeah, I can
what?
imagine.
And you're like, I'm never ever going to. And the thing is, I think to myself, I'll never be this way again. And yet I've been here before because of something else. So,
Yeah.
but I was like, you know, I just know I have to get through this because, you know, God gives me hurdles and I gotta jump them. I mean, I gotta jump them or climb over them or whatever I gotta do. You know, we
Yeah.
all get hurdles. Everybody has hurdles in this world, and if my hurdles are not your hurdles, what I consider a something difficult, someone else would say that's easy, and vice
Yeah.
versa. And this is why we have to share information, folks. And that's the best thing about the web and YouTube's and Googling. We can always learn from each other really easily. I think it's awesome if you have a question on anything in life nowadays, you just GTS, man. Google that shit. Just Google it,
Yeah.
look into it, learn, and you can learn real quick. I mean,
Oh
I don't know,
yeah.
but
With YouTube, you get to see them do it. If they lay plumbing pipes or if they put insulation in the walls, whatever, you can see it done correctly, and you get several opinions, and you choose the one you like. But yeah, you
yeah,
can learn everything on there. They might need to
yeah,
shut the colleges down, and we just learn it all on YouTube. Save a lot of money.
it's possible actually.
Well,
Oddly
I
enough,
actually changed my attitude about chiropractors or whatever from YouTube. I watched 27 videos over the weekend and realized that some of them are great, but I was anti-chiropractor for years. But just
yeah,
the education I got, not from people telling me that I should like it, but me just watching different people and getting different perspectives. So
yeah. I was when I was a kid, I was anti chiropractic because my doctor said so. It's not real. It's pseudo medicine.
well, I got mine from personal experience and friends that have been injured badly from chiropractors. And
Well,
so I watched some different chiropractors and read some things. And I think if it's done correctly, it can be good. I'm still a
oh
little
no, I
skeptical, but
no,
not as skeptical.
I'm not. I have no. It's not pseudoscience for me. It's 100%. But when I was a kid, I was told that by a doctor, and then he's like, "Yo, you don't need to go to the chiropractor." I'm like, "Okay, why is that?" And then I found out where the money goes. And once you find the money trail, if you
Yeah.
go to the doctor, he's not going to prescribe. He couldn't prescribe. Whenever they can't do something, they won't do something. If
Yeah.
they can't prescribe you Tylenol, they won't prescribe you Tylenol, which
Yeah.
is just as good. So the chiropractic at the time, it would not be prescribed because insurance wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah. They had to get
And,
over that hurdle.
and so
Yeah.
they would say, hey, you know what, here, take a drug, have a surgery.
Yeah.
If the moment you have a surgery, folks, that's as far as you can go. I mean, that's the last option
Yeah.
ever,
I had
ever.
to do it one time, and it was the right decision, I believe. But my anti chiropractor bias was based on chiropractors screwing me up over and over, and then my friends too. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I've been
I think there are some that might be legit.
yeah,
So I've changed my attitude.
I think I've been to every chiropractic in this area because my mother was a massage therapist who would,
Yeah,
once again, pseudoscience, right? But it's not at all. It's what it is that my mother had an RN, but she also had a massage degree and also was going to go to school for physical therapy and she used to do chiropractic for her clients, which was illegal. Thank you, everybody who ever heard me. Point is that she would adjust people if they needed it real quick because it's all part of the body, and she would
yeah.
get you healing it. It was a whole hers was kind of like a whole what's it called? The whole uh medicine
Holistic?
as a whole, not just a um
Is that holistic?
holistic. Yeah, there you go. Holistic,
Yeah.
yes. But it was a big thing, and she believed in a lot of Chinese medicine and Eastern, but she was a and she was so smart. You know, she looked at the compounds of how something was made and then find the correct information for it. So what could interact it, and like your medicine, if you're on one medicine, she would look at something, 10 steps ahead of everybody else and say,
Yeah.
oh, don't take that because that'll interfere with this. And this is well before internet, you know. She had a book that, I mean, 8 inches thick with MD references books, you know, just to look it up, just spend her time studying that stuff. Just it was
Yeah.
crazy. It was great.
But it's just cool how with YouTube now you can learn just about everything. I mean, you can learn bad things too that are you can learn conspiracy crap and things like that. But
Yeah, my mom would.
you can also get a broad view of things because I watched a lot about chiropractors, good and bad. There's things on there, anti chiropractors, pro chiropractors.
Do you know why that is though, Brian?
What? Do I know why I can do that?
No, why that's there's some negative stuff on there and some positive
Oh,
stuff on
because
there.
a lot of people have been screwed up badly from chiropractors. So
The reason why you see
Joe
that,
Rogan talks about it. He has people that have been injured by chiropractors. He thinks it's a pseudoscience. I'm not.
yeah,
I don't think that anymore. But
yeah.
I think that's. I'm still skeptical, but I think it might be good. So I've changed my
Well,
tune a lot. But yeah, I think it's because of a lot of people getting hurt. I had a friend that he almost died from it. He was paralyzed. He couldn't golf. He went in there and he's like, "What happened?" I went to a chiropractor. So he got to another guy, and the guy made it worse. So then he ended up getting
yeah,
surgery.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes it happens, but I'll tell you right now, if something bad happens to you, you tell 9 people. If you had something good happen to you, you tell 3. That's just the business the way it works. And if you're out of alignment and the chiropractor knocks it out of alignment even worse, yeah. But if you're not out of alignment to begin with, and then he adjusts it, and that hurts really badly if you're knocked out of alignment. No, but I think it's wonderful, and I never go to one unless I'm out of alignment, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. For some people it works. For me, if I'm out of alignment, I stay the hell away from chiropractors, but I would go to a physical therapist and massage therapist, some of them. But I've been to massage therapists that were so rough, it felt like
Right.
just getting beat up and it wasn't very effective. So, but I
Yeah.
have had some massage therapists that are really good. And I tried acupuncture.
You don't think it's pseudoscience?
I don't know if it's pseudoscience. I tried it though.
Yeah. I've done it
Had no
all.
effect,
So,
but it didn't help. But it helps some people, and hypnosis has helped a lot of people. And I have had help from hypnosis. So.
so I went to a hypnotist. Well, actually, he was a qigong master, and he was able to put me in a very, very deep trance, and try and get my body like put back to normal a little bit, where I felt peaceful. When I
Yeah.
came out of I wasn't okay with myself when I had my stroke. I wasn't at all. And I met with this a qigong master out of Salem. He would come. He would drive up to Vancouver, and I had a friend who has an office in Vancouver. He let me borrow that office for a couple of hours, a few times, and I met with this guy, and he totally. I mean, I'm not sure what all he did, but he definitely put my body, my mind back together.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, it's like
Very,
not
very
everything works for everybody. I've had great success with something that people think is a total line of crap, and that's motivational psychologists and people like Brendan Burchard motivators. I've had great success with those. Most people think they're quacks. So.
Well, you know, it's like the great Zig Ziglar, motivational speaker.
Yeah.
It says motivation is like showering. You know, you don't have to do it every day, but the more often you do, the better off you are. Everything.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoy those people, and but you hear I get a lot of flack from that. Those guys are idiots. You're a fool. You know, they rip you for listening to
Spending money and going to a
I spend no
seminar or
money.
whatever.
I spend no money. But
Well,
no,
okay, you're right now.
they think that's fake and phony and pseudo and weak and stupid. So I take a lot of crap for that. So, you know, I give a little crap about chiropractic and some other stuff. So what works for me may not work for you. That's just the way it is.
Yep, exactly. No.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
a lot of it has to do with people's bone structure too. There's some people that if you crack them, you're going to mess them up.
I'm sure. Probably. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, things that, yeah, cracking bones in general. I mean, if you're fine, you're fine. Don't bother.
Yeah.
But it's like you have, the funny part about that is that you have a one of those tables, inversion tables.
Yeah, I use that.
Do you know what that is? That's doing chiropractic by yourself, basically.
Yeah, but that's been around long before chiropractor. That's
That
been around for centuries. They've been having people you hang up. I was hanging upside down when I was a kid. It's been hundreds of years ago. You hear about people that did that. Even
do you think that's
thousands of
mystical,
years ago.
or do you think it's mystical? Do you think the bones
No,
then
no,
goes back in
I
place
think it's a good method of self-care.
of putting your bones back in place?
Yeah, but
Right.
doing that stuff. Sorry, not into.
Here's chicken.
No,
That's
look,
okay.
hey, basically Billy Joe Saunders got a little chiropractic done.
He did.
blast.
That works.
That didn't help him.
That was a good one.
but
Yeah,
the YouTube has toned it down where I'm not totally against it. So now I'm receptive
good.
to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you learn a lot on there.
you do, and that's where we started on this conversation,
Yeah.
was basically GTSing things and learning about them. And if you want to become a chiropractor, if you want to become a ufologist,
Yeah, or
wanna
physical
become-
therapist. Physical therapist. You're gonna. I talked to a kid yesterday. He's finishing his study. He's going to be a physical therapist. 7 years he studied.
yeah, yep. Yeah.
I'd like
that
to
was it.
see doctors, physical therapists, and chiropractors work more together, and I think that's starting to happen. So
Yeah, I think it is too. I think it is.
tomorrow we got to get to questions. You like to ask a lot of probing, interesting questions.
Well, I'm a prober.
He's a prober.
Well, actually, it is actually that magical hour right now. Didn't realize we went through a whole hour and just babbling. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Well, it's
about that,
Monday.
folks.
We just want everybody to get out there and work on your act. I want to see people singing in the streets. I want this world to be fun.
How about dancing in the streets? It's a great
Yes,
song.
dance in the streets. I got red shoes for next show. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. So let's get out there and have some fun, people.
I thought that Austin Powers might be the next show. You never know.
It might be.
You never know, baby. By the way, there is a WTF. There are the TV shows on YouTube. WTF, that person.
What
There's
the
a
fuck
W-
happened? Or what the F happened?
Yeah, yeah. There's a WTF for Michael Myers right now. Mike Myers. So
You know what happened to him is his head got giant
well,
over time. No, his head is this big. You can't be Austin Powers with a giant head.
that might be what it was. I don't know.
Well, look,
I started
no,
watching last
seriously.
night. I'll have to get back to watching the end of it. But
Look
I
at his
watched-
head. It's twice the head he used to have. It's this big. You can't be Austin. He can be pumpkin head or something. So we got to get his head down. We got to
I won't
figure it
even
out.
go with. I can't even go with any comedy stuff on that because I know it's rude. So
No, I love Mike Myers. He's my idol comically, but he's having some trouble with his head size right now.
Sure. Well, hey, look, it's 8 o'clock. We'll talk about Mike Myers next time, but find him on the WTF right now. And you can look at us tomorrow, hopefully, folks. If you want to come by, we'll be here. And we're peace out, Boy Scout. We're going to Rochambeau
Gotta
this
pound
year.
it out.
Pound it out. The pound hour's over. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you got me.
I got you. Ha.
Rock
that's-
beats scissors.
Rock beat scissors. No, so I think that I am 2-1, maybe.
I think so. Well, now we have we can go back on Facebook and look. So we'll see you
Pretty-
tomorrow on
Pretty certain.
LB Hour Live.
Peace out, boys and Girl Scouts.